River Show. And here is Mark. The
of the humanity.
Okay.
Sciencey papers all over your
Alright.
head.
That's it up. Oh. And 2, 3. Oh, man.
Yeah, it keeps beeping. Okay.
Good evening, folks. Welcome once again to the Del Rivers Show.
Number 35.
Number 30. Really?
Yeah, really.
Number 35 already. God knows why. I'm your host, Mark Elliott, back again. On the couch with me, to my right, the Hindenburg of comedy. The Mohammed Atta of comedy.
The deflated balloon of comedy.
What was the other one? The non-dairy creamer of comedy. Del Rivers. And over to my left is our special guest star, Miss Susan Steckloff, otherwise will be known as the incredibly shrinking Susan, who will be here week in, week out, and will be monitoring her weight loss as she's working very hard. And she's also knitting.
Knitting a baby blanket.
Baby blanket.
That's nice.
So this will be will now be Susan's Corner. And also, Susan will be chiming in later on when we will be resurrecting a part of the show which we haven't done in a very long time called Memory Lane with Del, where she tries to conjure up some old and embarrassing memories of Del. Fond old memories. So let's start out with, we got to start out with our new sponsor.
New sponsor, yes.
Del Rivers Show brought to you by the Vegematic by Ronco. It slices, it dices, it juliennes. And did you know that it was it's featured in the Smithsonian, Del?
Yeah, the Smithsonian Institute. That's how famous it was.
Featured in the Smithsonian.
And my mother actually used to use that for French fries. Just like pachunga, pachunga.
Good.
Just slap them. The only thing is the metal used to like get oxidized a little bit. That's why I could kind of.
Well, now they make them all out of plastic.
Yeah, it's all plastic.
Anyway, so what's a beef for this week? You got a beef?
Beef. All right. Grab the beef.
And later on
off the
today
rack.
we are also possibly with time I will finally do the Pope joke.
The Pope
The
joke.
much wanted
After
Pope joke.
several months.
What's the beef?
My beef. This is an unbelievable beef. I hate pickup truck ball sacks that hang from the hitch.
What
You
the
ever see
hell
that?
are you talking about?
They got this like little thing that they hang from the back of a pickup truck. It looks like a scrotum with balls.
I have not seen that,
On the
but
back of the
I
truck.
can certainly
idea.
imagine
It's a truck
that
accessory for people that are truckers and
that would be sold as an accessory. That's
I want to go out there with the scissors and like castrate them off the freaking truck. It just looks disgusting.
You could risk getting shot doing something.
Probably, yeah. Whoever's driving
There's
that
no
truck.
purpose, just that's decorative.
Have you seen
It's
this?
a decorative
Have you seen this
ball
more than
sack.
once?
Yes. Probably about
Many
3 or 4
times.
times.
3 or 4
I see like
times.
hanging sack of balls on a truck. Isn't that weird?
I don't get
The
it.
I don't get it
truck
either.
scrotum.
Right, the
That's
scrotum.
your big beef.
Truck scrotum.
That's a pretty fair beef. Okay.
Well, cars have bras.
How do you
It's
rate
only
that?
fair,
How do
right?
you rate that
Yeah, the
beef?
bras on cars.
On a 0 to 10.
I don't
scale?
even know what it is. I can't even.
I'll give that beef a 7.2 beef.
Hey, that's good.
All right,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah, because
How do you
it's
feel-
kind of an obscure
wait.
beef.
How do you feel about the car bra?
Oh, that looks all right. I mean, it's not really a bra. It just kind of goes around
That's
the
what they
headlights.
call it.
Yeah, they call it a bra.
But it goes around. It doesn't like
Alright.
stick out. You know, like it doesn't like have.
It's not like somebody's
Just leave it.
hanging fake breasts off the front of
Yeah, I
the
know.
car.
That would be like the same thing. We want
So, actually, this week I was sort of bemoaning the utterly low production values of our show and hoping that we could somehow spruce things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the future, I guess we're going to be at Saxon Recording.
Yep.
Well,
Saxon
hopefully we'll be
Recording.
getting our own studio.
They're still in the middle of remodeling, so we're still working on that.
All right. And we're still trying to get the best out of Old Man Rivers. So,
Oh, that idiot's gonna show up again.
yeah, hopefully he will be as funny as we know he can be if he tries harder.
Yeah.
So we're
Get
going to
some
give him,
material
he's
for him.
going to have his own little bit, be referred to as Dirty Old Man Rivers. So, What's
He already
next?
is
We
a great
got
one.
we got the Mystery Dell,
The
which
Mystery
is
Dell.
the part of our show where Dell tells me something that I do not know about him. Hence the mystery.
Right. It was
Right.
before I knew you in 1989 or
Last
whatever
week's
it was.
wasn't much of a mystery,
1990.
though. Remember him and his dating issues?
Yeah. Sometimes the mysteries are less than mysterious. All right, what do we got?
Anyway, aside from myself, I visited the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I actually been there,
Right.
which is pretty cool in Cleveland.
Not very mysterious.
I also visited the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Everyone's done that.
A lot
Yeah.
of people have done that. But,
Rippling excitement.
but there's also
What
the
else?
mini-sized Boxing Hall of Fame in Niagara Falls. You ever been to that?
Not the true boxing
No, I
Hall of
went to
Fame,
the
the
one-
mini size.
I went
It's
to
a
the one in
boxing Hall of Fame.
Syracuse. It's a real boxing Hall of Fame.
Well, they got one in Niagara Falls too.
So you
It's
went
inside
to,
of a restaurant.
You went to the mini boxing.
Yeah, like you go in this
Inside of
restaurant.
that.
and it's like-
It's a bunch of
And it's a
photographs
race.
of Rocky
Yeah.
Marciano.
Exactly. It's all
Eating
photographs.
pasta.
And last but not least, I went to a Comedy Hall of Fame, which was SCTV up in Toronto. I actually walked up there when I went to Toronto,
Yeah.
and they have all these comedians' pictures all over the walls and stuff.
So these museums are just pictures. There's no.
Well, it's sort of like a Hall of Fame. I mean, it's SCTV, where it's filmed SCTV.
I'm going into a coma.
That's my bit
That's
for
not about
Mystery Dog.
you, though. It's about places you've been. That's not.
Well, it's a
secret
mystery
about
because you didn't
you.
know about it.
Oh my god. We don't want to know about it.
I already said enough about me. Oh my gosh. Go ahead. You want to tell the Pope joke?
Something, please.
All right, should we do the Pope joke?
Oh yeah.
Okay, finally I'll do the Pope joke. This is just
Before
this
the
is-
break, what the heck?
The Pope joke is just an old joke that my father told me 35 years ago, right? He had tons of stuff like this. He had a lot of Pope jokes. This is one of them. Let me get this right. Okay. So Frank Sinatra goes to the Vatican and he's going to stand outside for an audience with the Pope. Where once a week the Pope would come out, he would greet people, and he'd walk down the line and give blessings and so on. And Frank Sinatra's all psyched. He's got his best suit on. He is looking great. Manicure, haircut, looking like $1 million. So he's standing there in line. Standing next to him is this stinking, smelly bum in rags. Frank can't believe it. The Pope's
Jeez.
coming along. He's giving his blessing, saying, "Bless you, my son. Bless you." He goes right past Sinatra, and then he comes to the old bum, and he embraces the old bum and hugs him, and kisses him on the side of the face. Keeps on going. Sinatra's like, "I don't believe this. I'm standing here. I look like $1 million." After the Pope's gone, he goes to the old bum. He goes, "Look, I'll give you $100 for your rags. You can have my suit." The bum's like, "Yeah, great, no problem." So he switches. The next day, Sinatra shows up in the bum's rags, and the Pope comes, bless you, he's going down the line, and he sees Sinatra in the rags, and he embraces him, and he whispers in his ear, "I thought I told you yesterday to get the hell out of here."
That's good. That's very
That is the much vaunted Pope joke.
I like that.
It almost sounds like a true story to some extent, but
And Tell
Poor
would
Sinatra.
fall for it. And there were some other Pope jokes which I have since forgotten, but maybe next week you'll get the joke of the German general and the Italian general. So you got
That's
something
good.
to look forward to. And so, why don't we take a commercial break?
Yeah.
We'll take a little break, and then we'll
Turn the air
be
conditioning
back
on
with,
temporarily.
more Del Rivers.
Tired of those dry, itching shanks making you crazy? Try Dell's Shank Cream. Experience fast, prolonged relief from that terrible itching. Dell's Shank Cream. Available at all Neisner's, Woolworth, Montgomery Ward, and J.J. Newberry outlets.
I needed suppositories the other day, so I got some from the doctor, and then I tried it out, and it didn't work. So I went back to the doctor, and I said, "Hey, Doc, these suppositories don't work. What do you think I should do about it?" And he said, "Well, you're taking them the right way, aren't you? You know how to use these things, don't you?" And then I told the doctor, "What do you think I'm doing? Sticking them up my ass?"
There you go.
So the doctor gave me some suppositories the other day, and they didn't work. So I went back to the doctor and I said, "Hey, Doc, these suppositories don't work. What's wrong with these things? They don't work. And the doctor says, you've been taking them properly, doing it the right way? And then I said, I forgot. Shit. All right.
Susan's dying over here.
I can't tell a joke to save my life, man.
Welcome back, folks. We're back at the Del Rivers Show, Part 2, with
Feels like I never left.
Susan's Corner, aka the incredibly shrinking Susan.
That's right.
And we're going to bring back a part of the show we did in the very beginning called Memory Lane with Del, which usually involved me talking about some inane memory I had from when I first met Del years ago, when we were accidentally roommates. And this relates to that. I asked Susan, what is her first memory of meeting Del? Now, I first met Del when he wound up moving in with myself and a friend of mine as a roommate. But he was sort of, he was hooked up with the previous roommate, had Del coming in. We had never met him. This was a complete mystery to us who this guy Del Rivers was. All we heard is that he's a comedian. He's coming back into town from Berkeley.
I think Greg Townsend knew me. That's how
it was. Greg Townsend.
Greg Townsend when he was in the Essentials or something.
So Susan said that you were dating your
I started dating
boyfriend
this
at
guy,
the time, and she kept
friends.
She kept hearing these stories that Del's coming back.
Yeah.
Del's coming back.
Yeah, Del's coming to town. It was like we were having a party for Del. We can't wait for this Del to come back. And now I thought he was like some famous guy because it was just such a. Everyone was talking about it, and so I went to this big party with a band, and then there was Del.
Yeah. The crushing disappointment.
I mean, what's like
that could have been my 30th birthday party too.
It might have been, but it was just.
That's when I was wearing a crown.
It was like everyone was so excited about it. It was just, it was unbelievable.
It amazes me.
I keep wondering, like, who
I had a few questions that I wanted to ask Susan relating to that time period.
Yes.
And my experiences with Del. Like, did you ever hear Del cursing at his hair?
I personally have not.
Did you ever hear him yelling at his burrito cooking?
I can't say that I have.
Yelling at the kitchen sink to drain, goddammit.
Drain.
No.
None of those.
Those are your joys.
Those are my fond memories.
Roommate situation, I guess.
In my own.
Okay, so there's a little memory lane with Del, and maybe we'll continue doing that next time. And so now you got the half-true news?
Yeah, I got the half-true
Del's
news.
famous half-true news.
As usual, you can comment as you feel appropriate.
Okay.
Bill Cosby recently helped Ben's Chili Bowl restaurant in Washington, D.C. celebrate its 55th year in business by reading a letter from Barack Obama. And, of course, Bill Cosby promptly used his cheap fart jokes there after every meal since he was there in the late 50s.
Really? Did he try to push Jell-O pudding?
Jell-O pudding.
I had to mention Jell-O pudding.
The U.S. apparently may launch missiles against Syria after they attacked their own citizens with chemical weapons. The Syrians, of course.
Right.
I just gotta say, it's a shame that the country that invented cereal has to resort to using nerve gas weaponry.
They invented cereal?
That came out of Syria. Did you know that? Cereal?
The cereal came out of Syria.
Kellogg invented cereal.
No, the original before Kellogg's.
Like what?
He's talking about the ancient Sumerians, maybe. Does this go back to the days of Nebuchadnezzar, possibly?
Nebuchadnezzar flakes.
We have to just take a pause here because my brain is trying to wrap itself around the cereal from Syria punchline of this joke. I can barely even judge this joke on the proper Olympic scale that we use.
Look, you're gonna love this one. Actor Nicolas Cage finally sold his Rhode Island home to pay off the taxes that he owed to the IRS. Too bad he can't sell off the cat killer dog that my sister used to own. He owns my sister's dog. Did you know that?
He owns your sister's dog. Now,
long story short,
this is a mystery, Del, because I never fucking heard of this.
I had to throw this in there because I saw Nicolas Cage and I had to
Is this true?
She used to have a dog that was a cat killer. It used to kill cats, so they got rid of it. gave it back to the dog owner or the dog trainer, and that dog trainer sold it back to Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God, that's
a connection.
the mystery Dell segment. That would have been interesting.
That sounds
That would
like
have been more
It
interesting.
sounds like the mystery nonsense segment. How do you know Nicolas Cage got you?
Well, that was the connection. Well, anyway, keep going here. Hunger
The
Games
connection.
actress Jennifer Lawrence enjoyed a picnic date with her boyfriend while he was occupied with his iPad and her reading a movie sequel script. A typical romance with things and not with each other, a perfect date by today's standards.
You got a
That's
point there.
A little acerbic social commentary
Yes.
by
Yeah.
Dell.
Yeah, they really look at his iPad and Jennifer Lawrence. It's like, give me a
I've
break.
noticed that lately Dell has really he's been getting into the political arena and taking shots at celebrities more than usual.
The Google Glass glasses. Did you hear about the Google Glass
Yes,
glasses?
I have.
That has a little computer
Yes.
at the top. They seem like a cool invention until users complained about the battery life and having to talk to the glasses to operate it. It kind of refreshes the term Google eyes in this century. You know the term Google eyes?
That like Barney Google with the googly eyes?
Yeah, no, you say that when someone has a Google glass, like a Google eyes. I guess 1 million cockroaches escaped from a Chinese farm, and they were originally bred for medicinal usage. Well, you can take them out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the cockroach. Hence their escape.
What's the connection?
You know, the cockroaches are always in like in city places and stuff like that.
All right, keep
Never
going.
mind. Last one, anyway. There is some scientific talk bringing back the passenger pigeon or the woolly mammoth someday.
Oh, they were talking about
Did you hear about that?
cloning an
Cloning?
extinct species.
Right, make a. I don't
Wasn't
know.
that
You know,
Jurassic Park?
I will have to. That's Jurassic Park. Yes, thank you. But it is a fascinating concept that they could possibly do something like that.
They're coming
bad
close, though.
idea.
They're working on it.
It's when I think
Woolly
of stuff
mammoth.
like this, I immediately begin to think of like H.G. Wells or Food of the Gods or
Yeah.
Dr. Moreau.
some Dr. Moreau, some triple Z horror film I saw when I was 10. You know, always.
Well, to comment at the end of this,
Dr. Moreau.
it's like maybe if they make them taste as good as hamburger or something, it can be done. It's like a food item. Woolly mammoth burgers.
You can
Then
sell
they
them.
could
You can
actually
make a lot
clone
of
it.
burgers.
Let
out
me
of
ask
dinosaurs.
either one of you. Would either one of you eat meat that was created in a lab? Like they did that in
And they
England.
said it wasn't
Yeah, but
delicious.
GMO would be like
It wasn't
GMO.
delicious, they said.
No, it tastes like the stuff I get at Wegmans tastes like crap. Why am I going to eat something that came out of a lab? You know? No, I'm going to get sued by Wegmans. Sorry.
know.
You know, it's the same stuff that's being carried everywhere.
Now we're using the W word as well as the N word. I can't believe it.
You know, the first time I heard the term the N word, I didn't even know what the hell the
Yeah,
person
what
was
N-word?
talking about. It was Peter
Nothing?
Jennings saying that in the news. I'm like, N-word? What? I had to listen to the story before I could figure out, oh, okay, I get it. Now I think it's all these other words, the C word, the J word, the Q word. I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about. Unbelievable.
Pretty soon, anything with ending with word will be like a wrong word to say.
You know, just say the word so I know what the hell
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking
like,
about. I know what the hell I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, doing the thing with your hands instead of talking, you know.
Good Lord, are we done yet?
You know, with the phones and stuff, you know, they do all the...
With this?
What are you
No,
talking
with
about?
you know, the iPhones and stuff. With
It was like counting
they
money.
always do with the thumbs, you know, like get the thumbs going and stuff like that.
I thought you were working a ham radio. Or very mechanically playing with a woman's breasts.
You're being old man.
Go back to the car bras again.
He's fondling his car bra.
I saw, you know,
I'd like to see an accident with a car bra and the guy with a truck
I
ball.
saw-
Nice accident.
That would be good.
That's funny. You mean the truck balls and the car bra coming
together
in some sort of obscene.
Right. That would be
That's
T-bone.
Be a nice T-bone.
That would be the T-bone. I get it. That would be the T-bone.
It's no sideswipe.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. We might as well end the show on that because it's not going to get any funnier than this, folks. If you are at all out there, thanks for sticking in with us. We hope to see you next time on episode 36 of the Del Rivers Show.
Adios.